Airbnb, like hotels but with houses. I've stayed in an Airbnb once, twice. I definitely get the appeal of it. Instead of being trapped in one room, you have a bedroom and a kitchen and a living room and a backyard. I mean, hotels, well, I guess hotels have like a patio area, but like an actual backyard. Plus, you get to live in the area of the city where people live instead of where companies try to take advantage of tourists. So, you know, win-win. But of course, whenever there's a thing like people rent a house for a short period of time, there's also going to be companies that try to make some weird Airbnbs. And then also some people that try to make some weird Airbnbs. There are a lot of weird Airbnbs. And I've seen a lot of these weird Airbnbs. I'm going to make you also see these weird Airbnbs with me. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. Mark, there's no Airbnb here. This is a field. And I mean, you're technically right, but there is an Airbnb here. It's just underground. You can stay in a apocalypse bunker, which, I don't know, seems kind of fun, but also kind of scary. Assuming as we did, you know, live during the apocalypse. We lived through an actual apocalypse, and so this... I'm not sure if this is fun anymore. I think COVID, like so many other things, ruined the enjoyment of apocalypses, so... Yay. But anyway, this entire place is underground. I hope there's an elevator or something. There's not anything on here about, like, how you get down there. If I have to walk down, like, 8 flights of stairs every day, I wouldn't like that. But as for the actual place itself, it's pretty cool. They claim it's a relic of the Cold War, which, again, kind of fun, but also kind of not fun. So, I'm very conflicted here. Well, this home has the most closed floor plan you can get. This is a countercultural movement based on the open floor plan idea. There are nothing but walls and hopefully an elevator. There are stairs. These stairs don't look very fun to climb. I mean, it looks like it goes on forever. And I imagine this is not the only staircase in the house. I'm not sure I like this. This feels like the kind of room someone's gonna come out and say,
"Hey, this is a restricted area. What are you doing here?"
I live here!
No, you don't.
I guess you're technically right. I'm living here for the week.
No, you're not.
And then I get kicked out and sent to jail. So I think so far, I mean, it's a cool spot, but I think it's too anxiety-inducing and with too many stairs for me to want to live here. Even for like a week. And then I love the bathroom. It's like a pretty normal bathroom. You got all these like metal stairs and underground bunkers, and you just got like a traditional suburban bathroom, which I guess is the point, right? If this is supposed to be an apocalypse bunker, you want something that feels normal, that feels familiar, so you don't feel like you're always living in the end times. But it's a weird contrast, you know? You climb the 8 flights of metal stairs, fight a security guard, do a backflip, and then land in the bathroom where you just look around. This is normal. This is, yeah, weird. That's the other thing about this, is the normal theming, I guess. It's themed to a normal house. It just ends, you have like this black ceiling, which makes it feel like it's some like a movie set, where like, you know, all the sitcom houses, they just end halfway up where the cameras don't see. It would almost feel worse than like living in a metal bunker, because it feels artificial. It feels like someone's trying to get me to be calm, which would make me, you know, not calm. Like this corner here, I would feel very important here. I feel like I'm giving some address or writing some like war plan. So I guess in that case it did its job. It feels like a war bunker. So I don't know. If the purpose of a war bunker is to make you feel like you're in a war bunker, then great. If its purpose is to make you feel like you're not in a war bunker, then fail. I hope that's a construction shot and not still there. That would be terrifying. Hey, Jimmy, where'd you go?
I fell down the hole.
Not a great way to wake up. That was so stupid. Now, I know that a Cold War bunker may not be your idea of a vacation, so instead, you can live in a snake. I mean, come on. When you see a snake, is your normal response, "Ah, snake!" Or is it,
Hey, let me live there.
I don't know if I want to live here. Okay, but let's look inside. Maybe it's perfectly fine on the inside. Oh, it is perfectly fine on the inside. The inside is like this completely normal space. Not themed to a snake. Doesn't look like a snake. I actually really like the inside. I love the shape of the windows and the wood they're using there, and the furniture is cool. Are you sure this is the same house? Okay, you got a little bit of like scale-like texture in the kitchen, which I guess is an homage to a snake. You'd think that when the entire structure is themed and shaped like a snake, they would have a little bit more snake stuff to it. Okay, this room is messing with my brain. So there's a bed, and then there's a window, and then there's a wall-length mirror that reflects the window. But the window is like a weird shape, so it's giving me a headache just looking at it. I'm sure it's fine in the actual house, but I can't handle this in the snake house. This house is like perfectly fine. This is normal. Why is there such a normal interior to this snake house? I'm confused. Did I miss a memo here? Okay, so the shower is like actually kind of snake themed. You got the simple scales on the wall. The door is like a curved shape that looks like a snake's tail, or it looks like a snake is. I don't know how snakes work. It's like it's slithering, whatever the term is for that. Hey, if you're a snake expert, let me know in the comments below what that term I'm looking for is. But yeah, snakes in the middle of a forest, and that's that a slide? No, that's a staircase. I thought it was a slide down the snake, and that would have been. I mean, I guess it would have made sense. So like snakes slither, and you slide. So I guess my question is, why isn't there a slide? The snake house needs a slide. I love that picture. Just you have these trees going as far as the eye can see, looking into some beautiful mountains, and you got a snake right in front of it. That might be my new favorite picture ever. You ever wanted to stay in a UFO? I mean, I haven't, but if you have, then more power to you. This one is ironic to me because there's an ad for, I think VRBO right now, which is basically the same thing as Airbnb, just a different brand, which has a family staying in a space pod hotel just for the likes, and VRBO will give you a place that you'll actually like. Get it? Wordplay. Which I think is ironic because that's exclusively something you'd find on one of these home sites where people build a weird thing and people pay to stay there. That's a very much Airbnb/VRBO thing. That's not a hotel. That is exactly what your site has built. This entire empire of weird places to stay. Okay, wait. I'm curious. Hold on. So I googled VRBO UFO, which sounds like a NCIS spinoff. But also, all the results were for Airbnbs. Like, even though I specifically searched for VRBO, maybe VRBO doesn't have any UFO themed things, which just would be a shame. Anyway, this is more my speed. You get to stay in a UFO. How cool is that? There was one time I was in Tennessee, and there's a hotel there where you can stay in a train car, and that was the coolest thing ever. It was an actual train car that they refurbished into a hotel room, and that was amazing. This feels, well, completely different, but similar, and you could just stay in a UFO. And in terms of coolness, staying in a UFO is about the same as staying in a train car. Look at those lights. I would feel so cool. I bet it looks so pretty at night. This is the definition of open concept. There are no walls, except for the outside of walls. It's just one giant room, which would be either very good or very bad. I don't know what depends on who you're with. This entire UFO is in the middle of this like farm area with like a cabin, and I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm assuming it's part of like the theming is that the UFO landed in the middle of this farm land, but is that like a building you get to use? Is that the owner's building? Is that, I don't know. I love like the wooden entertainment center in the middle of the UFO. Like everything else is white and sleek and metal, and you've got this like wooden entertainment center with a black TV that does not feel like it belongs there. Maybe the aliens just really wanted to watch the big game. Okay, I don't know how much editing was done to this picture, but if that's what it looks like at night, if I get to take that picture of myself, I'm gonna stay there immediately. I also found this pod, which is similar to the UFO, but it has a giant glass wall, which is very sci-fi and interesting and gives you great views of the forest. But side note, why are all these in a forest? Like the snakes in the forest, this sci-fi pods in the forest. I guess it's easier to build one of these in the forest than it is to like in downtown. I mean, imagine you're just walking downtown in a new city and you see McDonald's and a Macy's and a snake. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? So I guess it makes sense. But all this to say, I am inherently suspicious of any glass wall. It feels like I have no privacy, and I guess I am in the middle of nowhere, so it would just be like the deer staring at me when I'm trying to sleep. That'd be kind of creepy. Glass walls. Not a thing I'm a fan of in the middle of a forest, or anywhere else, I guess. But if UFOs and space pods aren't quite your cup of tea, why don't you stay in an elephant? Yup. That's what I said. You can stay in an elephant. Honestly, the interior of this looks very nice. It somehow looks like it matches the elephant. It's not like a snake where it doesn't look anything like it. It feels congruent, but it also it's not like covered in elephant skin, which would be concerning and probably illegal. So don't do that. This is a great balcony, and I love the view of the beach. But if I can see the beach from my elephant, does that mean that people at the beach can see my elephant if they're just looking up and they see this giant elephant towering over them? That might be considered a threat, and I don't want to stomp on the beach, people. It's fine. You just keep swimming. I'm a harmless elephant. I don't think I can walk around. Oh, that'd be really cool. It's like that Phineas and Ferb episode where the treehouses come to life, but an elephant instead. I want to do that. But unfortunately, this one doesn't move, so kind of let down. Maybe like a 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. Doesn't move. Is that door behind the couch? Is that like a secret door? that's supposed to blend in, but it doesn't. If you go through this door, you will enter the triangle dimension, and you'll become a triangle. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, alright, Mark, these are all great, but when are we going to get something shaped like a boot? Now we're going to get the house shaped like a boot. This is also a level on Power Wash Simulator, a game that I've been getting way too into lately. I just finished career mode, and I'm now in free play mode, and I've cleaned a Mars rover, like a space. There was a spaceship. Is this a conspiracy? All the Power Wash Simulator levels are going to become a house, because there's a boot house, there's a UFO house. I'm sure there's a house that looks like the mayor's house. Is everybody living in a Mars rover? That might be fun. Anyway, a boot! You know, sometimes I wonder how I got here. If you asked me, like, at the beginning of the pandemic, what I was going to be doing in a few years, I don't think my answer would have been reviewing Airbnbs shaped like boots on the internet to an audience of 12? Hey, if you're watching and you're still enjoying, comment below with some words of inspiration. So I feel like this is a worthy path for me to take, and not just me losing my mind on camera. Where's this now? I thought we lived in a boot. Is this another, like, separate house? Is this the back door? Hey, everyone, come over for the party. Please go through the back door. Why? Because the front door is shaped like a boot. Stay in the boot. That is the winning tagline of the day. Stay in the boot. Some of you may have heard the small indie rock band, The Beatles, their song, Yellow Submarine, how we all live in a yellow submarine. I don't, but you can. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could. Curiously, this is a submarine in the middle of a forest, which again makes it feel like, I mean, the UFO might have landed in the forest. I don't know of a situation where the submarine would be in the middle of a forest, unless it, like, crashed or the sea level dropped dramatically. I don't know how it got here, but we're here again in the forest. This is, like, kind of cool. It feels like you're in a submarine. I don't know if this is an actual submarine or if they, like, built a fake submarine. But how did they get the submarine here? And this does feel a little bit like the Apocalypse Bunker one, though, where it feels like I always feel like a little bit out of place, like I'm not supposed to be here. I always feel like I'm in the way of somebody. I mean, there's nobody working here. There's nobody working this ship. But I always feel like I'm in the way of whoever is working the ship. Okay, I guess I was wrong. There is somebody working the ship. That's the creepiest thing ever. Imagine coming to the kitchen at like 1 in the morning to get some water or something, and you just see this long-haired, mustached guy wearing sunglasses just standing in the corner staring at you. I wouldn't be able to go back to bed. That's scary. Why is he here? When I was a kid, those bunk beds would have been the greatest thing ever. Does the submarine come with the car? Is it just a display item? Is that a coincidence? I've never seen this car before, but it's also yellow, and I'm confused. Alright, I think that's enough Airbnbs. I know that I was making fun of all of these, but they're like all really cool. They're all way cooler than my place will ever be. I wish I could stay in a submarine, or a UFO, or a boot, or a space pod, or anywhere. All of these are amazing. I think it's really cool what people are doing, creating unique spaces that you can stay. And I think that if your goal is to avoid the traditional hotel and have some more space, I mean, not all of these are big, but it's an interesting way to spend a vacation, living in a forest inside a boot, or an elephant. It would make for some interesting stories, and, well, I think that's worth it. I need to go find a submarine to pilot. Bye.